Client dinner, third glass of wine, you're about to introduce two people standing right in front of you. And the name, a name you've heard 3 times before, just isn't there.
Whose name?
Sanjay, their director of operations. I've met him at kickoff, at the mid-project review, and at a conference in April.
And you just blank.
Mid-sentence, I said this is, and then nothing. Total silence, my hand still gesturing at him like a game show host.
Oh no.
Sanjay just stood there, smiling, waiting to see what I'd do.
Today, what you actually say when your mind goes blank on a name you should already know.
Welcome back to English in the Wild. I'm Alex, and yes, that cold open really happened to me.
I'm Kim, and I have never let Alex live this down since it happened.
One real workplace situation, broken down into English you can actually use. Today, what to say when your brain deletes someone's name at the worst possible second.
Real situations, real people, real language. Even when the real person embarrassing himself is our own host.
We've done a frozen screen, a typo, and not knowing an answer. This one's smaller than all of those, and somehow feels bigger because it's about a person, not a task.
With us today, Kai, who gets to enjoy this one from a safe distance for once, and Professor Maya, who's going to explain why forgetting a name hits differently than forgetting anything else.
Let's just get this over with. Kai, ask me anything you want about that dinner.
Gladly, start from the top. Why were you even introducing people you already knew?
Our new account manager, Priya, had just joined the table. I was supposed to introduce her to Sanjay, who I'd already met 3 separate times. I turned, smiled, opened my mouth, Priya, this is, and just stopped, completely stopped.
What was going through your head in that gap?
Every name that wasn't Sanjay, Suresh, Sanjeev, something with an S. I genuinely considered just saying Sanjeev and hoping.
You didn't.
I didn't. I just stood there, hand still pointing at him, mouth open, exactly like Kai's frozen video call a few episodes back, except in person, with wine.
How long?
Maybe 4 seconds. Sanjay finally just said, Sanjay, good to see you again, and reached out to shake Priya's hand himself.
So he rescued you.
He rescued me, which honestly made it worse. Now I owed him one, on top of forgetting his name for the 3rd time. Okay, Maya, diagnose me.
Forgetting a fact feels neutral. Forgetting a person's name feels personal, because a name is one of the few things that says silently, you matter enough for me to remember you.
So it's not really about memory. It's about what the other person thinks it means.
Exactly. And here's what actually happens the moment you feel yourself blanking. You start panicking about the fact that you're panicking, and that panic pushes the name even further out of reach. Let's call that the panic loop. The harder you scramble for the name, the less room your brain has to actually find it.
So the 4 seconds of silence weren't Alex thinking. They were Alex spiraling.
Right. And almost nobody breaks the loop by trying harder to remember. They break it by doing something else with those 4 seconds instead.
Does this feel worse when you're speaking a second language too?
Often, yes, because if you're already working to find the right words in general, one specific missing word feels like proof that your English isn't as solid as you'd like, so people freeze harder, exactly when a small, calm sentence would fix everything. The freeze is never really about the name, it's about what you're afraid the blank means about you.
Great, so what was I supposed to do with my 4 seconds?
Use them to say something honest and light, instead of using them to search.
Fine, what's the actual sentence?
3 moves for 3 different levels of awkward. All 3 get the name out of the room without you having to dig for it alone. Move 1, ask directly, just own it lightly. I'm blanking on your name, remind me. Here's the difference. Bad version, big smile, no name at all. Hey, great to see you again, buddy. It's been a while. Using every word except the one that matters.
Buddy, the universal sign you've forgotten someone's name.
Every time. Better version, I'm blanking on your name, remind me. Terrible with names after a glass of wine. Light, honest, over in 2 seconds.
So instead of performing that I remember, I just admit I don't and move on.
Exactly. The performance is what people actually notice. The honest version, they forget by the next sentence. Move 2, trade first. If asking directly feels too big for the moment, third meeting should already know territory. Offer your own name again instead. Alex again, good to see you. Almost always gets their name back automatically.
Because they feel like they should return the favor.
Exactly that. It's not a trick. It's just giving the other person an easy, natural way to say their own name without you having to ask for it. Move 3. Hand it to the room. When you truly can't ask, too senior, too awkward, let someone else supply the name. Turn to a third person and ask, have you two met? The name comes out naturally from someone else's mouth.
So instead of you saying the name you don't have, you just create a moment where somebody else says it for you.
Exactly. Nobody in the room even notices you were the one who needed it.
Ask directly, trade first, hand it to the room, 3 moves.
And all 3 do the same thing. They turn 4 seconds of silent panic into 1 calm second of action.
Alex, standing there with your hand out, saying nothing, that's not really any of the 3 moves, is it?
No, that was just hoping the name would show up on its own before Sanjay noticed.
That's the trap almost everyone falls into here. We could call it the stall trap, freezing and hoping the gap fills itself instead of doing anything about it. And it's a bad trade because the stall doesn't buy you time. It just gives the other person more seconds to watch you struggle.
So 4 seconds of silence is actually more obvious than 4 seconds of you just asking?
Much more obvious. A direct question takes 1 second and sounds intentional. A stall can drag on for 5 and it never sounds intentional. Asking for a name costs you 1 honest second. Stalling for it costs you the whole room's attention.
So Sanjay rescuing me wasn't kindness. It was just him ending an awkward pause I refused to end myself.
That's exactly it. The stall never protects you. It just moves the awkward moment from your hands into someone else's.
Okay, but this is the 3rd time I've met Sanjay. Doesn't asking his name again basically confirm that I don't care enough to remember him?
That's the actual fear, isn't it? Not the awkwardness, the message it sends.
Think about what sends that message more. Asking once briefly so you get it right for the rest of the relationship, or standing there silently, not saying his name at all in front of the person you were introducing him to. Asking shows you care enough to get it right. Faking it shows you didn't think it was worth the effort.
So the thing I was trying to avoid, looking like I don't care, is exactly what the silence looked like.
Exactly. Sanjay didn't remember that you blanked for 4 seconds. He'll remember whether you handled it like a person who respects him or a person who panicked and hoped he wouldn't notice.
So the caring version and the careless version look almost identical from the outside, except for the 4 seconds in between.
That's usually where it comes down to.
Fine, let's practice so I never do this again. Kim, you're at the same dinner and you've blanked on someone's name.
Something like, I'm so sorry, I'm blanking on your name. Remind me.
Clean, direct, light, done in one breath.
Wait, Maya, what if you ask and it turns out they've also forgotten your name? Total mutual blank.
Great edge case, and honestly, the easiest one to fix. Just say it out loud together. Honestly, I don't remember yours either. Let's start over. It turns an awkward moment into a shared laugh instead of two people separately panicking.
So it's not even a real risk. Worst case, you both admit it, and it's funnier than embarrassing.
Exactly. Now, the delivery. Say it like you're mildly amused at yourself, not mortified. Natural speed. I'm blanking on your name, remind me? Slowly. I'm blanking on your name, remind me?
I'm blanking on your name? Remind me?
Good. Full speed.
I'm blanking on your name. Remind me?
Kai, your line for the mutual blank edge case. Honestly, I don't remember yours either. Let's start over.
Honestly, I don't remember yours either. Let's start over.
Good. Just let's start over land a little warmer, like you're genuinely relieved. Once more.
Honestly, I don't remember yours either. Let's start over.
There it is. If you remember nothing else, ask, trade, or hand it off. Last one for the introduction rescue. Have you two met, Alex, since it's your episode?
Have you two met?
Kim, same line, warmer, like you're hosting.
Have you two met?
Notice, none of these lines pretend to remember something they don't. They just move the moment forward instead of freezing in it. That's the whole skill.
So Alex, after Sanjay saved you, how did the rest of the dinner go?
Awkward for about 30 seconds, then completely fine. We talked about the project, then football, then nothing work-related at all.
Did you get his name right for the rest of the night?
I said it about 6 more times than necessary, just to prove to myself I had it. Near the end of dinner, Sanjay raised his glass and said, "Third time's the charm. You finally got it right. Now you'll never forget it again."
Did you?
Haven't forgotten it since. Turns out getting rescued once is a pretty effective way to make sure you never need rescuing twice.
And that's the real point of today's episode. Nobody expects you to remember every name perfectly. They're watching what you do in the 4 seconds after you realize you don't.
We've already asked you to remember 3 names and 3 moves today, so here's an easier one. You don't have to remember our name, just hit subscribe and it'll remember you.
And tell us, whose name have you blanked on the most times, and did they ever find out?
Comment below with your version of I'm blanking on your name, remind me. Extra points if you've had to use it on the same person twice. 3 moves from today. First, ask directly. Own the blank in one light sentence instead of performing that you remember. Second, trade first. Offer your own name again and let them hand theirs back naturally. Third, hand it to the room. When you truly can't ask, let someone else's introduction supply the name for you. And the principle behind all 3. Asking for a name costs you 1 honest second. Stalling for it costs you the whole room's attention. The blank was never the embarrassing part. What you do in the 4 seconds after it is.
And the bonus lesson from Sanjay himself. Glass raised at the end of the night. 3rd time's the charm. Might be the most generous way anyone's ever let Alex off the hook.
Duly noted and recorded apparently forever on this podcast. Next week, Kim again, and this one's a scheduling disaster. 2 client calls, double booked, and a VP watching her excuse herself from one of them mid-sentence. We're going to break down what you say when you have to leave a meeting early without sounding like you don't have your life together.
Subscribe. Apparently none of us have our lives together, 1 episode at a time.
English in the wild, real English, real situations, real results.